We were talking quite a bit about, Trump's administration being Democrats and liberals moving and left going crazy. So I was reminded of this video. We're going to do a special segment here just because I pulled it up and I think it's hilarious. This is a video from 2008, I believe. It's called Prop 8, the musical. Many of you may have seen. It's got 1.2 million views on. Oh, it's 15 years ago, so it's probably. I'm pretty sure it's 2008 because Prop 8 was in 2008. So this is the liberal worldview 15 years ago, and it's only 3 minutes long. I'm not going to play the full thing. Well, I mean, we'll just play it, and then we'll talk about where Democrats were back then, what they claimed, without burying the lead. Basically, you have that meme where it says, if we pass gay marriage, if we enact these liberal policies, conservatives warned back then that you'd get these creepy books in schools.
Okay. And
Democrats said it was not true, it was never going to happen. And now here we are. So let's play some of this real quick so you guys get the context.
With that Jack Black and Jussie Rally, too.
Sure. Yep, absolutely.
It's a brand new bright Obama day. What a time to be black, a girl, or gay. No, nothing could go wrong. So join us in this song of happy days for the gays. Nothing can go wrong.
Look, nobody's watching. It's time to spread some hate and put it in the Constitution.
Now, how?
Proposition 8.
Proposition 8. Great! People listen to our plea. They'll teach kids about
sodomy.
So, just right there, right away,
Yeah.
it's important context to what the liberals were saying back then and how they were lying. It's really fascinating, right? There's a little bit more. Listen to how they respond.
Yep. That wasn't right. That's a lie. But it worked, so we don't care.
So it wasn't a lie, and it didn't work because they still got. Well, I think it did. Prop 8 pass, or was it defeated? It's been a long time.
I think it was defeated, and then didn't the Supreme Court come in or something?
Yeah, it was in California, right? California voted a very, very large margin against Prop 8.
Right.
And then the Supreme Court of California came in and said, no, you can't. So it literally went against the will of the people of California.
I just really want to screen grab that caption where it says, that's a lie. Because here we are now dealing with the fallout of how, there it is, that wasn't right, that's a lie. And it's literally what happened. And this is a big component of the culture war. Mm-hmm. And, I was thinking about Obama, voting for him, what he was supposed to bring about. Race relations got worse under Obama. Mm-hmm. DEI's rapid expansion, further exacerbating tensions between various races. They were wrong about everything that they claimed conservatives were lying about. And now here we are. Donald Trump ends up winning as a Republican with Tulsi Gabbard, RFK Jr., Elon Musk, many others who were former Democrats who largely believed this BS.
Yeah.
And then sure enough, what ended up happening is they put these creepy books in schools. They started having men compete against women. And no matter what you say, Democrats keep defending it, despite the fact polling shows only around 18% approval for males competing against females in sports.
Teaching
Democrats
about sodomy is actually the low stuff. Like, man, that's
it almost seems
like
reasonable
that's isn't
at
it
this point
quaint
compared to the rest of the
isn't it
agenda.
quaint that they were like teaching about sodomy? No, what they're going to do is they're going to teach your kid to chop their genitals off.
Yeah.
Yeah. Could you imagine if they said that back then? They'd be like, okay, please stop. You're nuts.
Yeah. Look at the Bill Maher and I forget what his name is.
John Lovett.
No, Bill Maher had the conservative guy Prager. Dennis Prager was on.
Oh, right.
Dennis Prager was like they're teaching.
They're putting tampons in the men's bathroom.
They're teaching that boys can menstruate, and Bill Maher and the whole Democrat, the whole panel was like,
Yeah.
and
you're so silly.
You're so silly.
That
You're so
story,
crazy. Yeah.
That story at the time on Bill Maher's Real Time, and this is my biggest problem with Real Time. It is I don't know why people go on that show, and I think it's because we have an addiction to the past. This is why our politicians are aging. Young people don't step up. Stop glamorizing. Look, with all due respect to Bill Maher, I'm not trying to be a dick, but Real Time doesn't have the ratings. It's an old show, but people, it's been around for 20 years. It's the show. I remember it, and they don't realize. When Prager went on that show and said they're putting tampons in the boys' bathroom, Bill Maher said, oh, that's for their girlfriends. He said, no, they're saying men can menstruate. Everybody laughed. That show happened 3 years after the culture war issue about tampons in the men's room. 3 years. So if you look at the initial reporting from all the prominent progressive outlets and corporate news outlets on the issue of tampons in the men's room, that happened, I think it was like 2015, and the Prager episode was 2018. Bill Maher didn't even know about a major story that was in all of the press 3 years prior. But people keep going on shows like this. And it's because of name and brand recognition. It's brilliant. It's masterful.
Dude, we had a vice president and a nominee or presidential nominee with Tim Walz, who actually put them in his schools and boys, and it was proud of that. And the whole Democratic Party loved that fact.
And
so it's like mainstream on their side. And
now,
like it.
Bill Maher was having a conversation with the guy from Pod Save America, and he said the Democrats have to get off this gender issue, and they won't do it.
No way.
And Bill Maher was like, how many voters are you? Remember that bit Bill Maher did? Like, I got to give him respect because he's got a lot of good ones on this. He said, Democrats are defending the right of transgender people of color to be in the prison where for which they identify their sex. He's like, why are they courting the votes of 432 people? Like, this is such a niche issue. It doesn't affect their voter block in any way. The argument they come up with is because we believe in rights for everybody. And it's like, fine, but that's a weird political stance to take where you know you're going to lose and then defend nobody's rights.
I hope they keep doing it forever. Just keep doing it, Democrats. Don't stop.
I mean, maybe that's the real deep state plan. Democrats go insane so that Republicans win and then Republicans become the single party authoritarian government.
Count me in.
Well, I guess.
I mean, like
I'm kidding, though, by the way.
we do live in a leftist milieu, and it is really bad that to try to do anything right of center gets you plastered as a a Nazi or a fascist or whatever.
Yeah.
But if that keeps up, you're going to have more, because right now young people are not afraid of the word fascist anymore. Like Gen Z,
there's a pretty long list of words they're not afraid of.
They don't
care. Always get you canceled words, and they say them for fun now.
Yeah, they're like
it's fun. Yeah, I have nephews
well,
who
it's
are
the
young
new punk
20-year-old
rock,
men.
right? It's the
right.
the new punk rock.
Here's
to
a
say
dude.
You're right.
say
No,
the thing.
it's actually pretty wild. California voted that they literally voted in 2008 that marriage was only valid if it was between a man and a woman.
And the Supreme Court
Of this state,
overruled they
Well,
overruled their democracy.
How come?
You know?
Yeah,
But it was
all
California
this-
Supreme Court. Just to get it right, it's California Supreme Court said that.
Yes.
I'm looking at it right now.
Yeah, yeah, it was the California
Yeah.
Supreme Court. But it's like when Elon Musk gets hired to do Doge, they're like unelected officials, right? But it's never applied evenly. They always just make up the rules as they go, and whatever is politically expedient is just what they go with.
So it was in 2024. Finally, they repealed Proposition 8.
Oh, good.
Isn't that crazy? It's been so long, but only now they finally got rid of it. Yeah. California was very much like traditional marriage. And at the time, Obama opposed gay marriage, and Hillary Clinton opposed gay marriage in 2016.
Yeah, I remember.
The really far left stuff is not popular. It's just not. You see the way that people are reacting to like men and women's bathrooms, the idea that gender's a social construct and it doesn't matter, your sex doesn't matter and you can actually become the other sex. Like all that stuff, normal people reject it totally. And the people that don't, the only reason they don't is because they're afraid of the consequences.
So you all may have heard.
Yes.
I had a kid recently.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, apparently nobody knew.
Congratulations.
And I was in the maternity ward and was postpartum is what it's called, right? So it's like two different. There's like labor and postpartum, and not a single instance of gender ideology was anywhere.
Yay!
On the walls, and this is Loudoun County, right? This is like the heart of the deep state. On the walls were like they had big things saying it's a boy, girl. Like on the walls in every room. They could write boy or girl. Aww. All the forms said boy or girl. Like there was not an instance anywhere of gender ideology. I asked one of the nurses, I was like, you ever get anybody in here who says like, don't gender my baby or anything? And they were like, no, never. Not once. And
Nobody's in there calling it their they-be?
Nope.
This is my baby?
Never.
You didn't have
what I was told.
No men gave birth in
Nope.
that place?
They said we never see anything like that. And they were like, I don't know. Like I've heard stuff about it, but we've never seen anything like that. Like every day women are coming in and they're having children and it's just like a normal couple. The woman gives birth. They said it's a boy and they're like, yay. And then here's what you got to do. Go home. But I was told by one of the nurses that in college, the college requires them to learn it all the non-binaries, and then as soon as they get into the practice, it's gone. And I'm like, well,
good.
that's for now though.
Sure,
Hopefully, with Trump getting in and these moves, it never actually permeates. But I gotta tell you, it would be nuts if I went in and they were like, "Do you
If you had like posters of
believe
like
in gender?" And I'd be like, "Why are you asking?"
gender
Well,
revealed at the age of 16 party
Yeah.
on the wall posters.
But that was the joke that I made that I kept insisting to the doctor. He said it was a girl, and I was like, no, they haven't chosen their gender yet.
That's
And then a bunch of
that is reassuring.
some of my liberal friends got mad, and they were like, that you would use your daughter for the culture war. You can't do that. And I was like, I can joke about whatever.
I can and I will. Wow.
Yeah, I'm making a joke, but get out of here. Come on.
I mean, the whole question of, do you believe in gender? I've said this multiple times on the show. I don't even want to hear the word gender anymore.
Right. I agree.
It's
Sex.
just sex. That's all there is. Everything else is just
It means same thing. It means same thing. I reject this, but gender means something. Nope, stop. Gender and sex mean the same thing. Go away. Thanks for checking out this clip from Timcast IRL. Make sure to watch the show live Monday through Friday at 8 p.m. Subscribe to this channel, and we will see you all there.